Dani and welcome back to Hoicko. Today I'll be teaching you about the checklist feature in Hoicko. So what is a checklist? Basically, for example, when you go out for shopping and you make a list and you checklist every item you have gotten, and like this you can keep a track of it. So same way you have a checklist on Hoicko also. You can create a checklist and you can go on your DP right here on the bottom left, and you can click on checklist. To make a new checklist, you will click on the add button on top, and then you will have to type the title of whatever the checklist name is. Basically, for me right now, I want this checklist to be for my workshop that I'm about to take. So I'll type the title as workshop, and then the type of the workshop, that means whatever the checklist is for, and then the options, you can add how many ever options you want. I can add more options over here by clicking on the plus sign obviously, and I will be adding all these items in my list. Basically I want planning and all that, and then I have created the checklist. You can see the checklist has been successfully created, and I have a previous checklist also already. For using the checklist, I'll go to any of my boards where I want to use them, and then you see this is my board, and to use the checklist I will show you. There is this column that I have already created, as you can see by the name of checklist. You can also do that by clicking on the plus sign and adding the column of checklist. And if you want the same checklist for every row, you click on the first option, otherwise you click on the second option like I did. So now I will have different checklist options for every row. I can choose whatever checklist I want to choose from. So I'll be deleting the previous checklist column, and then you can see everything is in percentage. So I'll show you why that is. So I'll choose this checklist for this row, and I'll checklist all the items that I have already done. So you can see I have only selected 2 of the items from 3. So the checklist has 66.67%. Like this, in the second row also I'll be choosing the options I have already done. So you can see I have done 100% of the work. So the checklist will show me how much percent of the work is left and how much I have done, like this. There is one more other way to create a checklist. You can go back to the column option of checklist. You can click on the plus sign, and you can add the checklist as we did before by adding the title and then the type of the checklist. So over here I am working on an art project, so I will need supplies. So the type is for supplies, and I will be adding all the items I require for the supplies, and I'll be adding more options by clicking on the plus sign. So these are all the things I require, and I have created a checklist, and the checklist is successfully created, as you can see the mark on top. So this is how you can also add a checklist by going on the column adding sign. Same way, by going on any row, I can choose from any of the checklist. As you saw, the new checklist also was there. For deleting the checklist, I'll go back to the DP and selecting on the checklist option. From here, you can also edit the checklist by clicking on the pencil sign. You can delete it from here, or you can share it and then delete the checklist whenever you want. So the checklist has been successfully deleted. This is how you create, edit and delete checklists, and stay tuned for more.